But thank you for the invite to come. But resources for technical support is what I was asked to speak on, and I'm going to be honest. We're really lucky, and you know, I've got friends in Missouri, friends in Tennessee, and friends in Mississippi, and we've all got a lot of good technical resources. But Arkansas, I think we're really lucky. We've got, you know, when we think about technical resources, and I don't want to get hung up on EQIP and CSP and NRCS, but just as a general technical resource is, what are you working on? I mean, if we're looking at forest health on a cypress slough in Helena, you know, that's something totally different than soil health on the sand hill that's a mile away. So there's a lot of differences. So we got to know what our project is. What's our goals? What are we looking for? Are we working on a duck club in Stuttgart? You know, they're looking to increase attractions for waterfowl so they can increase profits. So the main thing is, what are you working on? And then you can kind of go from there as far as where to go for help. So, you know, technical needs, federal contracts, EQIP, CSP, WRP, state contracts. They've got, I don't even know all the stuff that comes through the state. But what we deal with locally is 319 funds. You know, trying to keep our surface water wells, keep the registrations up on those. And, you know, we're working through our local conservation districts. They have, some of those even have cost share programs to help cost share for different things, flow meters, underground pipe, structures for water control. So, you know, once you figure out what you're working on, you need to figure out what your needs are. So we're lucky in Arkansas. We have the Arkansas Forestry Commission. So there again, that forestry aspect, you know, and when I think about going to a farm, I don't want to get hung up on just looking at what's growing in the field. We've got to look at, as John said, holistic farm management. So, you know, Arkansas Forestry Commission, you can get forestry management plans. They can help with diseases, insects, problems with trees. You know, they can provide you recommendations. They can tell you what you need to do to reach your goals. And they also maintain a list of certified foresters and tree planting services and so forth. Another really good one that we're blessed with in Arkansas is the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. You know, and I didn't realize what all the game and fish did. You know, typically we think about prescribed burning, we're thinking about it in a forest situation. But for quail habitat, game and fish can actually assist with prescribed burns, you know, nesting habitat. They do a lot, and they actually have a whole set of employees that are called private lands biologists. And they're located in, I'll get you a map with contacts, but they're located in the state that will actually come to your field or your farm and look at what the benefits are and what you can do on your farm to benefit wildlife. So this is that list I was telling you about. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be, but you know, each one of these, there is a biologist in each one of those areas, and you can't see any of the contact information, but I can get it for you if you want it. But those are the biologists that are there working in those counties to benefit strictly wildlife. Oops, sorry, Mike.
I'm gonna pump it up if you do. So. Okay. Thank you.
University of Arkansas. We got extension in the room right here. The man's in the room. These guys, extension puts in a lot of hours. on-farm research. They're doing stuff in their counties, and then they're your free crop consultant. If you buy them lunch, you can get them out there a little more regular. But our extension guys, ours in Newport, he's a young guy. He's just getting started, but we still, our old extension agent is there in the county still, so he's available, and they're a wealth of knowledge. I mean, for me, I'm farming 1,000 acres, not a big farmer. Do have a scout because I obviously can't scout my stuff and work. Does that mean? So it's extension is a really vital. They play a vital role in ag production in the state of Arkansas. They're also a huge source. U of A is a huge source of research in the state. Dr. Mike Daniel is going to be. I think y'all are going with him tomorrow. So and he's done a lot of research. You got Dr. Trent Roberts that's done a lot with cover crops in the state. So, U of A is another good technical resource that we have, and I included also this map, and it shows, there may be a few vacancies in that, but there's a extension agent in every county in the state. So, no matter where you're from in the state of Arkansas, you've got that resource there that's available. And I was going to say, you thought y'all had a long name. The Natural Resource Conservation Service. We got 61 field offices in 76 counties. Holistic farm management that John was talking about. There's been a huge push for conservation plans. Come out, a whole farm conservation plan. Look at your entire operation and address soil, water, air, plants, animals, the human aspect, energy. So NRCS is a real good resource for you as consultants and that's working with farmers. Specialists. We have technical specialists. There's some in area offices, there's some in state offices that deal with grazing. They deal with forestry, water quality. The agronomist position also assists with soil health. I know I'm leaving somebody out. But we've got technical specialists that are on staff that are there in the state office or some in the area offices to assist producers, consultants with questions and problems that they have. You can't see that either, but if any of y'all want it, just let Mike know and he can let me know. And I'll forward that to you, but that's a list of the 61 field offices, and then the supervisor is across the bottom, the area offices, the 3 area offices for the 3 areas. And it tells you what counties they cover, a phone number, and then who the district conservationist is. Now, we got a lot more technical resources. Conservation districts. We've got conservation districts employees that specialize in irrigation water management that John was talking about. They'll write those irrigation water management plans for you. They will do the computerized hole selection, come out, flow the wells, take the elevations that they need to be sure that irrigation water is being put on in a way that's productive. ASU, we're getting a lot of research out of ASU as of late. Dr. Steve Green has got a fertility and irrigation study that's going on. It's actually going to start next year. They're in the prelims right now of that's going to take cover crops, the nutrients that are available from those cover crops, and then how that affects your actual inputs of your fertility, and then also look at the impacts that it has on irrigation. Riceland, technical service providers that John talked about earlier, consultants who have went through a certification process that they can actually go out and write plans for their producers. And that that is just a brief overview of the technical resources that we've got in the state. And I'm sure I left some out. There's a lot of them, But if anybody's got any questions, ask away. I don't know anything about Mississippi.
What's the longest way to become a TSP?
Steve Cleland in the state office is the TSP coordinator, and he'll have all the stuff to all the qualifications. John, you remember all those qualifications for being a TSP?
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. You can go to NRCS's homepage site and type in Take Ridge and look up what type of TSP, let's say you want to do pest management. You click on pest management plans and it's going to have something called criteria. It tells you everything that you've got to do to write those plans for pest management. You want to do it for nutrient management or conservation planning, you can do a number of different things through that program, but you have to find out what those qualifications are. You meet all your qualifications for your online courses. We offer them, you just gotta take the time out to go online and do it. And then write your plan and get it approved. And you're good to go.
Any others? All right, so Mike, I'm gonna jump right on into the next one.
No, we're,
Mike asked me to talk about selecting a contractor, and I kind of geared this a little more for a crop consultant type situation who's assisting a producer maybe with completing a contract, but I think it'll still be beneficial.